Hi guys, Debbie Pitts Palmer here. DPP coming to you live back in the United States. I'm back home, guys. I want to just share some things with you guys. I want to show you all of my sweet little goodies that I have from my African trip. These gifts were from Scentsy. Can you possibly believe that we could get all these goodies even though they spent so much money on this awesome experience? I'll start with this. The very first place that we went to Johannesburg. The first place we went to, and we stayed at a hotel called the Scentsy Hotel. I just went out there online just to Google the price to see what the average price was to stay in that hotel. I came up with about $270 per night. That's the beginning price. And you know, we had free breakfast the next day, and after that, Scentsy chartered a flight for us to fly from Johannesburg to Kruger. I don't know what that cost would be. We had our own plane just to ourselves. But I know that to fly from Birmingham to Atlanta to Johannesburg, and then they shipped our luggage from Johannesburg to Cape Town. We were not with our luggage, but our luggage was there when we got to Cape Town. And once we left Cape Town, we flew into Amsterdam and Atlanta and back home. Anyway, that flight, well over $2,200 for that round trip flight, okay? Once again, that charter flight, I have no idea what that cost, but I'm sure it's really kind of crazy amount. And once we stayed in the reserve called Nagala, okay? Nagala is like one of the furthest one away. And I went and Googled that price. That price was like $567 per night for that resort that we stayed in. And we were there 2 nights. So yeah, do the math on that one. That included the safari rides, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and entertainment. Yeah, all that came with that. And it was so beautiful. When we walked in, we had a nice area where the bed was. We had our little area where the commode was there. Then we had a area where the closet was, and a huge bathroom with 2 sinks, nice shower, nice bathtub. And on the outside, we even had an outdoor shower. How cool is that? And we had a little patio area outside of our room with a little sliding glass there. And then we, after we left Kruger, we went to Mount Nelson Hotel there in Cape Town. Those rooms were, and everything's 5-star, guys. Everything's 5-star rate. Let me say that. Gotta add that. The Mount Nelson Hotel, those are running like $422 and up per night. We would have 3 nights, okay? They gave us a really, really nice reception as soon as we arrived. I mean, really nice, like laid out, really nice. All you can possibly eat, everything. The food was like awesome. Best food. We had all that with all the bells and whistles and everything. We had that. And after that, the next day we went on a tour. We saw a lot of Cape Town. We had a chance to go see the little penguins. They are so adorable. We took a lot of pictures with them. And we had lunch. We had this restaurant that's right there by the sea. It was all to us. No telling what that cost. The food was fabulous. So we had a chance to dine there for lunch. So in at the hotel where we stayed in Cape Town, we had free breakfast every day. That was all included in that hotel. It was like really fabulous. I forgot to mention that. Then we had a special farewell dinner at a restaurant called Gold. This is an African themed restaurant. Everybody was, forgot to mention, we were issued these head pieces like scarves for us, and the guys had the hats. So we wore that the night that we had our farewell dinner. And that was totally fabulous because we had drums. We were just beating on the drums. It was pretty funny. It was fun. We had the guy teaching us how to play the drum. That was so fun, so fun. Let's see what else. And on top of that, I'm going to show you guys these cool gifts. Not you thinking that's enough. Let me tell you the bottom line figure that I came up with, and that's not including all this other stuff that I don't know how to price. So far, I'm looking at like $48.70 per person. Now, the trips are for 2, okay? So you double that up. You double $48.70 times 2. But again, I'm missing some stuff because I didn't put a price on that charter flight. I didn't put a price on the restaurant that we went to, both restaurants. I don't know what that cost, but I'm sure it was really expensive for them to lock it down for us. So I also have, this is what we were issued, this bag. Each of us, we got 2 of these safari bags. one green and one this color. And look at these cool name tags that they gave us. See that? And this represents the reserve that we stayed in. So each one of us, they could identify which reserve we were staying in by the color of this name tag. They gave us some really cool name tags. And on the outside of the bag, it has on here, you know, Safari on the outside of the bag. It has Scentsy Escape, and it has the year and everything, South Africa, that's on the front of it, okay? And on the outside, it both have zippers on the outside, but these are nice. They have little feet underneath there. These are really cool. So we had to pack our safari gear in this bag, and they shipped our luggage straight to Cape Town from Johannesburg. This is pretty cool. And okay, so here's some of the gifts that we received. Each night when they gave us a gift, they put little notes in there. Those are pretty cool notes. Like here's one right here. What to expect will be in the little flyers that they gave us. So this is one of the gifts that they gave us. This is really nice. Everything that they've given us, I will cherish forever. This is a little journal. It's leather. This is really nice. And it has on the outside, Scentsy Escape on the outside. See that little logo there? Everything's marked like that, so we can always have to hold on to for memories. And on the inside, you know, I got to get this signed by my Scentsy sisters and brothers that were there. We were so busy I didn't get a chance to do it, but it's just pretty cool. Then they gave us the little pins to go along with it. This little box had a couple of pins on the inside, and on the outside is labeled. You know, Scentsy Escape on the outside. Everything's labeled for our trip. And then we got these little pins. So we can actually put these little pins on our ribbon once we go to Scentsy Family Reunion. That's pretty cool. It's got on here, congratulations on your achievement. On all trips, we get these little pins. That's pretty nice. And we issued these little name tags. This is pretty cool. We can wear these at events or what have you. It's a good little keepsake. So I have that. And something, I can't remember what it was, but this came from something. But this is the name of the, I don't know if that's backwards on your end. This came from the reserve that we stayed in. We stayed in the Nagala Safari Lounge is where we stayed. Okay, and we will also issue, this is so cool right here. On the outside, it has, same thing, Scentsy Escapes on the outside with the giraffe. See there, animals and everything. And when you open it up, it has glass figurines on the inside. See there? I'll take this out, see what this is. I guess it's a buffalo. These were handcrafted over there. Isn't that pretty cool? I have to make sure I'm careful with it. I don't want them to break. Let's see. This is an elephant. Isn't that pretty cool? It's so neat. I think they'll make sure they stay in here. That looks like a, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a leopard. That may be a leopard. Not sure. And see, that's a rhino. I guess that's a rhino. I'm not really sure what that is. That's pretty, isn't it? And here is the elephant. I think that's the elephant. But these are really cute, aren't they? Okay, so this is my little keepsake. I can actually take it and close it back up in here to make sure that it doesn't get broken. So I'll put that there. Then we have this huge book, Cape Town. It's a book of Cape Town. It has really, really pretty pictures in here of Cape Town. You know, because we did spend time there in Cape Town. So I will take time and look through this book, but it has great information about Cape Town. That's the last place we went to. And on the inside, it also have, they inserted this right here, a little bookmark. It's kind of fancy, isn't it? With a little wood piece on the end. And it also has that little logo on the front. Scentsy Escape on there. So this is well put together. It's really well put together. Everything, they put a lot of thought into this. This is so, so awesome. And while I was there, we did like a little gift exchange. So one of my Scentsy sisters gave this to me. Isn't that neat? Courtney, wherever you are, I love this. Thank you so much, sweetie. Don't forget, it's got a pin and elephants on here. So she knows I call my daughter a social butterfly, so she gave me this with the butterfly on the front. And this is like another journal. Okay, and then I got a selfie stick. You guys know I take a lot of selfies, so she knew to get me a selfie stick. So thank you so much, Courtney. Actually, she found it out from Danielle that I need a selfie stick. I had one, but I don't know what happened to it. Okay, so those are the things that we got. And just think about it. All these gifts that I just showed you, these were given out twice per consultant. Each one of us got 2 of these. So I'm sure that was pretty expensive. So overall, I don't know what the total cost for this trip is, but this was surely a trip of a lifetime, because there's no way I could have afforded this. I don't even think to go to a safari would not have been on my bucket list. Okay, I would have never thought about going to a safari, but it was really the fun part of the trip. I loved that more than I did anything. We got up early every morning. At about 5:30, we got up. In about 6 o'clock, we would leave, going for the safari. It was really nice. Our guide made sure that we stayed warm. He prepared these little hot water balls for us, inserted them into blankets, so we were able to have that on the ride. It was really, really cold in the morning, so we wrapped up pretty good well. But it was a really great experience. We stayed out 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening to make sure that we could get in there and take pictures of those animals. It was just so impressive to me to see how the animals can just live in the wild like that. Nobody's feeding them like they do at the local zoos, but they're sustaining being out there in the wild. And it's also amazing to see how these animals did not attack our Jeep. I'm thinking they're going to attack us, but they're so accustomed to the sound of the Jeep, they don't think much of us being out there. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see my video where the leopard crawled underneath our Jeep. We were like the second Jeep that it crawled underneath. It crawled on. Well, it started out in a tree. We spotted the leopard underneath the tree, and we saw all of the impalas in the surrounding area. Then we saw some zebras, and this leopard was really trying to figure out when he could attack the impala. So what he did, he crawled underneath the first Jeep, and I'm sitting there recording and saying, I'm saying to myself, oh, I hope he doesn't come up under our Jeep. I'm saying this. So we moved around, and by the time we moved around, the impala started to shift. So as they started to shift, how about that leopard came and found us and got underneath our Jeep? So I recorded all this, and you can see my movement. I'm all up in the air, on the ground, to the side, because I'm so afraid. He was in attack mode. He was trying to camouflage himself. He was squatted down real low and had his little hunch in his back, trying to attack. So he went underneath the Jeep. He used all the Jeeps as camouflage. It was kind of scary for me because he was like right there, and I was trying to film down there. So once he moved from under our Jeep, he made his way to the next Jeep. So we're all sitting there waiting on this animal to do what he's going to do. So once he got up underneath the third Jeep, our guy said, oh no, we will not have any more of that. He's not going to come up under our Jeep again. So we started to pull off. Then after we pulled off, that was the end of that. So the next day he did attack some animal. He did. We didn't see it, but he ended up attacking an animal. And then I heard by the time he did that, the hyenas came and got his food. Because what happens, the leopard, once they attack their animal that they're going to eat, they usually run up into the tree to take the food up there in the tree so the hyenas won't get it. So I think he was a little slow, and those little impalas are really fast. So that cat was really smart because he took his time. We were like in a 2-hour standoff while he was trying to figure his way around the Jeeps. But he was really good. You could barely see him in that grass. He was blended. He started to blend in with the grass. It was really hard to see him. So that was kind of an experience, guys. I'm not an outdoor person at all. I love animals, but I don't want them close to me like that. It was really a great experience just to see how these animals live out there. It was really great. I tell you, the ones that I was most impressed with were the elephants. They were so cute. I recorded that. If you guys haven't seen it, let me know and I'll show it to you. I recorded 3 elephants walking in a row in this open field. It was like the mom, it was another baby and another baby. Well, I put it this way. It was like the mom and a teenage elephant and the one that was a terrible twos. The one that was in the terrible twos, he was so funny. He was running around. Never seen elephants run, but he was running. He started flipping his ears and started making these noises like he didn't want us there. He was being real bad. He didn't want nothing to do with us. And the teenager was just kind of strolling along with the mom. But that little bad one, that little terrible two, he was like real terrible. But that was so funny to see him run around flopping his ears. So it was a really great experience, guys. And I have to say, give a big shout out to my customers and